Hey guys, it is Shell the Spiritual Warrior, and this week we're still discussing me versus me, the mind, detaching emotionally from our thoughts, observing our mind, all of those things. Everything I've talked about is cumulative. If you're watching and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, go back, check out my YouTube, Shell the Spiritual Warrior, and stuff will start making more sense. So today we're discussing being triggered by external forces. That's probably all of us, right? I mean, unless like, not even unless, there's some people who are just like freaking Zen masters, like they really have gotten this stuff into their souls. I'm aiming for that. That is my aim. So we're talking about being triggered by external events. First, I feel like I have to say that our happiness, true joy does not come from the outside. It comes from the inside. It comes from knowing yourself, loving yourself, understanding who you are, understanding what you mean to the universe, and understanding your true power and potential. That is why joy occurs, because it's a miracle that we're even here. It's a miracle that we even showed up here. It's a miracle that we know the things that we know. It's a miracle that we have the opportunity to live our dreams and create. And it's just so much potential. That is where joy comes from. The miracle of life. That is where joy comes from. So when we start talking about being triggered meaning being upset or, being worried, whatever, triggering a negative emotion inside you from external events, it doesn't have to be that way. I won't say we shouldn't do it. I won't say you shouldn't do it. It's hard not to do, but I will say that it does not have to be that way. We do not have to be triggered by external circumstances, because that again creates chaos. When we just live life and different things happen, different problems occur, which inevitably they are going to, those things can't just destroy I won't say they can't. They can destroy our happiness and our joy, but they do not have to. Which brings me to my first point. Just because something externally has happened that you could deem not a good thing, or a problem of sorts, or something didn't go our way, we do not have to be upset about it. There's a such thing as observing something for what it is. Okay, I didn't get it. I applied for a job. I didn't get it. There is a way to just say I applied for a job and didn't get it without being upset about it, without, judging yourself, without falling into these thought patterns of inadequacy. It just happened. You didn't get it. It's okay. Just that's it. It's really no deeper than that. It's just something that happened. Sometimes when things occur that are negative or that we have deemed as bad, sometimes we feel compelled to be upset. We feel like we should be upset. I have heard others say, and I have even said myself, I feel like I should be more upset. I feel like I am just not upset enough for this situation. Don't, and just saying that sounds, it sounds very unhelpful to me right now. Why would you just want to be upset? Why do we feel like we have to give a certain emotional response to a certain situation? If that situation did not upset us, then thank God, because our chief concern is to control our mood so we can feel good, because that is when everything in the universe will begin to align for us, when we feel good. So never force yourself into being upset. Never sit around, with people. I don't want to say never, because shit, who hasn't done that, right? Everybody has been a part of the complaining sessions and all that stuff at least once, even if you went once and you ain't like it. But I can tell you this, I've been a part of a bunch and it's really not effective. Really trying to gear yourself up to be upset is bullshit. Like, there's no reason to sit there and do that, to work yourself into a frenzy, especially when you really did not care in the first place. Like, that is, it's total, keep your joy. What was the point? Like, seriously, what is the point of even being upset about it if you weren't even that upset about it? And if you are that upset about it, you really have to remember, one, your chief point is to feel good, is to get this mood control down, knowing that you can control your mood. So when you're faced with something and it really is upsetting, because hell yes, there are things in life that really become upsetting. Sometimes, like I said a couple days before, sometimes it's better to just switch the subject. Never try, I want to say never, because never sounds so, never, but try not to wallow. Try not to stay attached to things that hurt you, that leave you feeling bad, because it only leads to more things that make you feel bad. So feeling good is like our top goal. Feel good. Feeling bad does not help you solve the problem. Like, when you're faced with a problem that's upsetting, just being upset about that problem or forcing yourself into a state of being upset, that's not gonna help you solve the problem. That energy, that like negative energy, when you go off and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this and that, that is not helpful. And if you remember, the times that you felt that way and you have acted, think about how those things ended up. Did it end up being any better? Did it end up making you feel better? Did it end up with you properly communicating your feelings and getting your needs met? Was any of that shit involved? Because if not, then just popping off, that doesn't do anything. You're just setting yourself up to do it in a week, in a day, in an hour. It's not solving the problem. That much negative energy, that much pissed off energy, that much upset energy, it doesn't lead to problem solving. That road does not lead to clarity. That road does not lead to happiness. You might need to take a nap. You might need to take a nap, seriously, and wake up and try it again and let the perspective be different, because bad things will happen. When you act with bad energy is coming back. That's all I'm saying. Which brings me to my last point. If you cannot face reality without being upset, then face it another day. I know that sounds ridiculous, because if somebody said that to me, if somebody even said that to me a year ago, I would be like, what? But the shit is true. Even if you are facing total reality, it is the God's honest truth. You are dragging yourself to the truth and facing this thing. If that thing is upsetting to you, like so upsetting that you cannot function anymore, and I don't mean not function anymore like you can't get out of bed, but your thoughts are jumbled, you're just constantly thinking about how upset you are. When you think about it, you just get more and more and more pissed off. Stop thinking about it. Seriously, stop thinking about it. Some of the best solutions come when you're not even thinking about it. They'll come like epiphanies. You'll see something. Somebody will say something to you. That's the universe. That is the universe. The part that is inside of you that is always related to the universe, because it is just a part of the universe, knows what you need to do. It knows what your goal is. It knows where you want to be. And it wants you there too. It wants what you want. It believes in your power to create. So when you are feeling upset, trust in that collaboration. Trust in that power. Trust that even while your conscious mind is not on it, becoming more and more upset about it, that the inner you, the higher you that is attached to the universe is on it. It is on it. It does not rest. And it will bring you your answer. It will bring you your solution in a way that is not upsetting to you. So, when you are faced with that, as hard as it will be, I know it may not even be that hard for some people, but I only say as hard as it will be because I know how hard it was for me. As hard as it will be, resist the urge to hold it in the front of your head. Just don't think about it. Move to a thought that makes you feel better. Move to a thought that gets you feeling good, because that is where you need to be. That is where you need to be vibrationally to solve your problem. I know that people just went, what? But seriously, resist the urge to act. You're acting more effectively by not acting. If you're acting out of being upset, then you're like taking yourself backwards. It's better to just freeze and then start moving forward when you have some clarity on the situation and you really know what you want to do. So that's what I had for you guys. It's still me versus me. I know that last concept, it was a freaking tough one for me, but once, and I'm still getting it. That is one that I am still grasping. But I've given it a try and it has worked. It really has worked, and I'll continue to give it a try because I mean, what I was coming up with, the shit was just yielding more bad things. So might as well try something different, right? So I hope this was helpful. If it don't feel good, just take a break, walk away, go to sleep, find another thought, whatever, and come back to it. So, always a pleasure. Check me out on YouTube, Shell the Spiritual Warrior. I have so much more information on different things. You'll be able to catch up on the weeks prior about observing your mind and different things on thoughts and emotional attachment and just learning to grow into your greatest potential. That's the whole point, right? Growing into the greatest people that we can grow into. Not fearing growth, not fearing transcending over different problems that we've had, different problems that we've seen, breaking generational curses, all that shit. That's what this is for. That's what this will do. These are skills that you can pass down to your children. There are skills that you can teach to your friends. There are skills that you can practice with your partner to make you guys interact better and build together better. All of these things are to strengthen everything, strengthen bonds, strengthen humanity, get us to all relate to each other better. And the more that I practice these things, the more that my life yields in that direction. And that's all I can say. So guys, I continue to grow. I love you. Remember to smile. Peace.